Hello, everybody. So, today I want to briefly discuss a short book that I have currently re listened to. Not read, again, listened to. I decided to get the audiobook version of it. Just kind of save me time throughout the day while I'm doing a variety of chores and whatnot. It's nice to be able to just listen to audiobooks when I don't have time to just sit down and read a book. Now, the book is William R Forstchen's Day of Wrath. Once again, we live in a time where the prospect and discussion of sleeper cells is something that's being talked about more and more frequently. Once upon a time, I kind of feel like it was a topic that was kind of viewed as a conspiracy theory, and now with what's going on in Texas, it is something that more and more people are starting to discuss, as well as rising tensions in the Middle East. The prospect of there being sleeper cells here within the United States is very high. Now, whether or not you believe in it, I don't want to discuss that. I don't want to debate that. I don't want to argue that. I just want to talk again about this book, Day of Wrath. I have read and or listened to a variety of emergency preparedness, theoretical, apocalyptic sort of books. I have read all of William R. Forstchen's 1 Second After 4-book series. I don't know if that would be called a quadrology or if I just made up that word. That book series is about a theoretical EMP attack on the United States. I have also read through James Wesley Rawls' Patriot series, which is about a financial collapse in the United States. And all of those books are excellent books. I highly recommend them. However, Day of Wrath is very applicable to this particular instance that we find ourselves in history. Again, with the prospect of sleeper cells. I highly recommend that everybody read or listen to it. However, I do want to emphasize that it is, without a doubt, the darkest book that I have ever listened to in my entire life. The author, William R. Forstchen, does not pull any sort of punches at all. He does not sugarcoat anything whatsoever. If he has any sort of favorite characters in the book that he wants to shield by his sort of being a god author, so to speak, and wanting to protect a certain character or characters in the book, that is something that he absolutely avoids because he wants to drive, clearly in my mind, the nail home that everybody can potentially be a victim to this topic. I don't know that I necessarily want to give any spoilers on this book. It is an extremely short read, as you can see. It is only, let's jump here, 168 pages long, so you could probably get through it in 2 to 3 hours, depending on how quick you read. There were several times, again, I just listened to the audiobook version of it, that I had to pause it because it was a lot to digest. And if you're like me and you put yourself in the character's shoes and you think to yourself, what would you do in the sort of situation? It is a lot to take in. So I don't know, again, if I want to make this a spoiler riddled discussion or review, rather. You know what? I think I'm just going to cut it there, and then in another video I'll go into more depth, and it will have spoilers in it. But before I cut this, again, I just want to recommend that everybody take some time to pick up this book. Go to Amazon, go to Apple Books or whatever Samsung's equivalent is, if you have audiobooks on that, Audible, whatever. Listen to this book, because we're living in a day and age where the prospect of sleeper cells is something that could become a reality literally at any point in time. If the United States does truly go to war with Iran, as a lot of people are talking about, and if Iran, Hezbollah, any of those sort of factions have sleeper cells here within the United States and they become activated, you're going to want to know what could happen before it happens, so you can put yourself in a position of preparedness to respond without being a fool and potentially putting yourself in harm's way. You want to take steps in advance now while you still can. And that is something that is actually addressed in this book. Civilian response to the terror that happens with sleeper cells and whatnot. Again, look forward to a more in-depth review that I will be releasing within the next couple days, maybe within the next day, where I do give spoilers for those of you who are interested. If not, skip that video, pick it up for yourselves. If you enjoy this sort of content, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Solus Joe Survival out.